All right, hello everyone. My name is Magduit, and I'm back again with another rack. And this Friday is a fun Friday because this rack I've been just excited about. The project itself is going to be pretty simple, but I think that the rack will hopefully provide you all with a level of fun, resonant things to do. Yeah, let's just jump into this. First, I'll share with you what it sounds like, and then I'll quickly go over some of the settings and how it works. So here we go. Heck yeah. Anyway, so that's basically utilizing the resonator in its full power. So what am I doing? So let's go to the first section here, and let's solo the color bass with the resonator on it. By the way, I put this stock resonator channel here because this is like the default settings that I would have. I'm going to start doing this for all of these racks that I put out, so whatever project I put up here will have the rack in its own thing, and it won't have any instrument on it. So just look for like stock, and you'll find the stock version of it. Anyway, so yeah, in this here sound, let me turn off these. We're gonna just have the raw sound. So as you can hear, without it, with it, you can make it major and minor. And basically what it's doing is it's taking a ninth chord and it's resonating it over top of whatever it is that you're putting through it. So it's a very rudimentary form of something like pitch map or like a vocoder or something like that, but it's just its own kind of realm because a resonator sounds different than a vocoder. But long story short, you can tune this. So this root note here allows you to choose the root note. So you can choose the root note of your ninth chord. So let's just say we want a, I don't know, let's say we want a G chord. You can make it a G. And you can hear it, it puts that G sound over top of it. Let's put it back to F though, because we're in F major. What else we got here? So we got a color knob. So the color knob will essentially dictate how much of that resonator is kind of happening. And then you got a decay. So this is how long the decay of the resonance is. So let me just turn this up so you can hear it's pretty long there. If I shorten it, so pretty cool. And then we've got a high pass filter. So the high pass filter is really helpful for two reasons. First of all, you can obviously high pass this. But in case you guys have noticed a theme with my rack so far, I like to layer these over top of other sounds. So with the dry wet here, having this high pass is pretty helpful because let's say you're putting a bass like I am through here. I don't want any of those low mids and low frequencies muddying up my bass. So I can put this over top of a bass and feel confident that it's still safe because I'm high passing that. See how much muddier it is? But I can. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically so far what we have. Let's keep going here though. Let me try and open this back up so it's in the center of the screen. All right, so high pass filter, really helpful for cleaning up the low end when you're layering it with a bass. Now this multiply function is pretty interesting, and I think this is what will make my rack here pretty useful and different when compared to a lot of other racks out there. So this ideology of creating a lot of different things and then stacking them on top of each other and then seeing what happens is something that I've really kind of dived deep into when it comes to the Ableton experience. And the 9th resonator is no different. So what I learned is if you stop at one resonator, yeah, it's pretty resonant, but it's not as resonant as it could be. So I tried this where you could have up to, I think, what is that, 5 resonators on at once. And it gets pretty crazy, but I can see how in a sound design situation, this could be really helpful and exciting. So you can see how like you can get it to be like just completely covered and washed in that chord resonance, which I think is kind of fun. So yeah, it's useful in a lot of different situations. Would I use it all the time? Probably not. My usual setting is where I have 2 of these active, so somewhere between, I think it's 20, what is it, 25? No, it's 30 and 60. So yeah, you'll have to explore with this. But yeah, between 30 and 60. So usually I'll set to like 45, something like that. And yeah, I'll have 2 of these on. Usually I'm using 2. So if that helps anyone else out there, definitely let me know. But yeah, long story short, that's what the multiply does. Then we got OTT. That's just a classic thing where, well, we already know what OTT does, but just for the fuck of it, I'll describe it again. Makes things pretty loud, but yeah, no, it's good for like bringing out a lot of the textures and timbres that you can get with a resonator, as well as all kinds of other instruments. But yeah, OTT is awesome. Do I keep this at 100%? Usually not. I think by default I have it set at what, 57%. So this is what I usually will always open it up at, and then I'll usually just mess around with the root note first and then explore the other settings. But yeah, so we've got OTT, make things loud. Cool. Then we got a gain, so this is great too. So this is something that helps out a lot when you're doing either the dry wet or full wet. And just a little trim knob for how much gain there is on the resonator. This is also helpful when you have the resonator decay up a lot because it gets pretty loud. So yeah, that's what the gain knob does. Very straightforward, but very useful. And then we got the width knob, which does what it describes. It either increases or reduces the width of the resonator. So very narrow, very wide. And then yeah, this other stuff that I've got on here, I've got my bubbler on here from last week. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but really fun and I think exciting given what it allows you to be able to do. Hopefully, this inspires all of you dubstep and bass music producers out there to experiment with some more melodic things, because I know that in the past I have definitely been fully committed to the heinousness of the sound, but sometimes it's fun to bring out some of the less heinousness and explore that sort of realm. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned. As always, next week there's a new rack coming your way. But for now, enjoy the 9th Resonator, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.